Oh my gosh. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Conversations in Crypto. I'm Asada. Some people know me as the Crypto Queen or the Harriet Tubman of Crypto. Who cares? Whatever. But today I have the honor of speaking to somebody that, I just met, but that I really admire a lot. Yes, I do. Her name is Myra Dorsey, and she is the CEO of two companies now, two. One is a wellness company, which she'll talk a little bit more about, and another is a HR consulting firm. Don't mess around with her. You know you got to be about the business. So without further ado, welcome, Myra. How are you today?
I am great. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for inviting me onto your show.
Yes, indeed. One of the reasons I wanted to invite you is because while we haven't known each other a very long time, one, I respect who got you here to this Bitcoin club, and two, I just love your energy and your focus. It feels so leader-esque. It just has that leader-esqueness. It's not really about you just being self-determined, but like we say in Scientology, you're pan-determined. Like you are always thinking about the group. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your companies to start.
So I am CEO and president of two companies, a wellness company and the HR consulting firm, like you said. I was in human resources for over 25 years before I decided to start my own consulting firm. And so we pretty much are full stop shop HR. But my personal niche is I'm an investigator for sexual harassment, EEO, diversity, and I love going out and doing the trainings as well, which is definitely needed in this era and time frame. And then I have consultants that work on my behalf as well, and we're all throughout the country doing all of this training, especially diversity sensitivity, because of the state of the world that we're in right now. So that's really huge for that part. And then I am a healthcare provider. I am personally licensed in the state of Maryland to be a massage therapist. And originally I took a break from HR because HR can be really, really consuming. It is the life, the breath of everything. And people in HR would always say, you don't have any friends when you're in HR. So only the people that you work with, because people are scared to talk to you. And if you hear things, then you have to act on it. So we can only eat lunch together. But it was killing me softly. I'm 47 now. I got out of it in about 10 years ago. And I said, I didn't have a life. I had the money, but I didn't have the life. So I got out of it and decided, while I was in human resources, I was actually ending up getting a massage every week because I had to bring myself down and get prepared for the next week. And that took place for like 6 years. What I didn't know, I believe in divine design. I didn't know that it was setting me up because I was asking questions and I was like, well, what modality is this? What works well for me? And so I got out of human resources as a result of me being laid off. It was the first time I had ever been laid off. And I said, if I have any control over it, I'm not going to go back to work for anybody else. And that's what kind of bloomed me starting my own HR consulting firm. But in between there, I decided, let me, dip and dab into massage. So I went to school, got my license, thought I was just going to go and just go into a spa and do the massage and just take the pay increase, but my life and my quality was so much better. And that's just not in my DNA. So before I knew it, I blossomed a wellness company. And right now I have 63 massage therapists that work for me. We're in Washington, D.C., we're in Virginia, we're in Maryland. And my biggest corporate clients are Care First, United Healthcare, and business health services. So it has turned into a pretty huge success. And I mean, everything, like I said, was divine design and it just kind of fell in my lap, but I'm the type of person that's just going to roll with it. So I'm juggling the companies.
You guys, you should have saw me when I found out that she was this massage therapist. I was like, what what's your next booking? I'm in Chicago. I was like, oh, the hell, James. So, because in a minute, in a heartbeat, I wanted to use your services, but that story is phenomenal. I love dealing with people of your caliber because, we do big. What are you talking about? We're just going to do big, and that's what we're going to do. It's not going to be like, oh, let me start small and then just make decisions, which is why, again, I said, you want to be on the Conversations in Crypto. So what brought you to the crypto arena? Why are you here? What made you come to the
That's an
stage?
interesting story, and he's not here to defend himself right now. So Mr. Damian Perkins, he and I have been friends for over 28 years. We met in Inroads, and for people who don't know what Inroads is, it's an internship program, a very prestigious internship program for minority students. So back in 1992, we met in Inroads, and anybody who meets in Inroads, you end up having a lasting and bonding. People don't understand the bond, right? So I respect him just for that. And he has actually been after me for about 3 years.
Wow.
You gotta get involved with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And I'm like, I don't want to hear anything about what you're talking about.
Right.
And then he was the most persistent. And I was very persistent and with some very colorful language to say, don't you ask me anymore about this, right?
I love it.
But everything happens for a reason. So when he approached me, I want to say about 3 or 4 months ago, right place at the right time. We're all now going through a time where it is completely a new norm that we are very frightened about because of the uncertainty. And my personal business has been shut down. The massage business and actually the human resources business has been shut down since March 13th. I have not worked.
Gotcha.
I'm in a little bit better a position because yes, I can live off my savings. I feel really, really bad for my therapist because they literally were living paycheck to paycheck and now they're living off of unemployment. So $300 a week is not cutting it for them.
No, gotcha.
So when he approached me, I finally said, okay, I have time. I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs. I'm not busy. Let me do the research. Let me hear what you have to say. And I opened my mind and my experience to hear what he had to say. I didn't stop him. Nice. Because now, like you were saying, I'm like, if I can learn something and help others, because I'm thinking about my staff, they need help. And we were told that we're not getting any contracts until at least January.
Wow. Okay.
So is there something that I can learn that can kind of help my team bridge that gap of the fear, bridge that gap? Because, and I was telling someone yesterday, if I can just help someone be able to make a $400 car payment next month and take that stress off of them, then I have succeeded.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So that's how I ended up here.
I'm just astounded by the story. I'm like, I just want to keep hearing more of that, And Damian is our mutual friend. We went to Northwestern together, and he's just an upstanding Virgo man. Gotta love it. Really you just gotta love him, right? Now, what drew me to you again was just kind of understanding how you operate. And one of the things that stand out about you is that you do talk in a we. Okay, you talk in a we in terms of how you're maneuvering in this crypto space, right? But it is definitely from a leadership viewpoint of we and how we are going to do this. Why do you feel like people are going to listen to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to hear him at first, but then I listened. And part of it, I guess, is because of what's happening with the economy and money. But I think it's more than that. What would you say it is that they believe in you enough to follow what you're doing?
It's funny because three people that I've talked to just within the last 3 weeks, when I have tried to kind of set them up and explain to them, and they're like, Myra, this is just so complicated. So I'm just going to stop right here. But because it's you, I trust you. So just tell me what to do. I'm done. And the one person said that the reason she feels that way is because she knows that I am no nonsense, that I am not going to get into anything. And she's a travel buddy. So I used to try to get her to understand when we would travel, we have to read the fine print. and she wouldn't. And
Mhm.
she found out that one day I held up us moving forward to going to Bermuda, and it was a whole team of us. And they were like, we all paid and everything, but I was like, something's not right. The whole night I read through the fine print and I found that one thing that saved us thousands of dollars, and I canceled because you had to cancel within 24 hours, and I canceled everybody and they didn't even know. And I was like, so she said after that, she was like, I know you're not going to get us into anything, any mess, because you will read the fine print. And then there was another contract that it had to do with a timeshare that another friend and I were dealing with. And we were sitting at the table for 8 hours, basically, wasted our time for 8 hours. And then at the end of the day, when it was time to sign the papers, I was like, this is not what we agreed for, for the last 7.5 hours. And it ended up, I tore the contract up in front of everybody. And they were like, you caused the scene. Yes, I did, because this is not what I agreed to. And then when I read the fine print again, I was like, now look, if we would have signed this, look at what we would have done. So that's just my nature, and people know that. So they literally trust and know that I have integrity, and that I'm not going to allow people to get into anything, because I'm not going to allow myself to get into anything.
Sure. Well, that you can feel without me even knowing the stories behind it. I get that, and it's like I said, the reason why I wanted to have you on today. This is just a sneak peek into your massivity. And so I do want to say thank you for coming on to Conversations in Crypto today, because people need to understand the level of just your thoroughness. And I do love a word that you just said, which was integrity, and having integrity in the space. That's one of the things that I do love about this Bitcoin Club space, is that you need integrity dealing with money,
Right.
And so this is an environment where we've actually found the combination of both. So I do want to say thank you for coming on Conversations in Crypto today. You've been awesome. Looks like I hear more stories coming. So part 2, we'll be looking at
definitely
what came after.
That's the other thing. People just love me because they love hearing my stories. They're like, what has happened today, Myra? What have you done today? So.
I love it. So yeah, we definitely will be reconvening on another Conversations in Crypto to get some more of the aftermath of your excellence.
Right.
Thank you, darling.
Have
a good one, and thank you guys for tuning in. Peace. We love you. Until next time. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.